Dear MUS, how high the faith.
This is a presentation of UTV.
I'm Eric Wilson, a student here at Memphis University School. Over the next few minutes, we're going to show you a little bit about what it's like to go to school here. First things first though, MUS is a school, so that means we spend a lot of time on schoolwork. But we'd be barely scratching the surface if that's all we told you about. We've got a lot of ground to cover, and we're going to start right away. But first, I want to tell you about something that happened in 1893. That was the year MUS first opened its doors, and during that first term, MUS had just 2 teachers and 7 students. Today, MUS has a faculty of nearly 60 teachers and over 600 7th through 12th grade students. Well, we've come a long way, and right now, 3 student reporters are standing by to tell you more about today's MUS. We start with academics.
This is Dean Ataya outside the lower school. And if you come to MUS in the 7th or 8th grade, you'll be taking most of your classes inside this building. You've already heard that academics are the central focus here at MUS. After all, we are a college preparatory school, and that means the school's main purpose is to get us ready for college.
MUS does give you a lot of work. They're not going to beat around the bush with that when you come to school.
It's definitely challenging, but what I like about MUS is it teaches you time management.
A lot of it comes down to whether you're preparing every night for things. And as you move on, a lot of teachers will stop spoon feeding you and will stop giving you daily quizzes and just expect you to read stuff and give you a test. So it really comes down to daily preparation.
There's a lot of things you can get done during the day with your free periods, whether it's meeting with teachers or just doing a lot of homework actually. And so once you get home at night, you realize you don't have everything to do. You've already taken care of some of it at school.
If you go home and you try to watch 4 hours of TV and play 3 hours of Nintendo, it's just not going to work.
But the teachers are very good here, and they teach them subjects well, even if it's hard to understand, so it's not that bad.
The faculty is a great strength here at MUS. Really, they're the heart of what we're trying to do with these boys. They're dedicated, they're committed, they know their subjects, they know boys, and they enjoy working with those boys both inside the classroom and outside the classroom.
A lot of people ask me, would you rather go to a school where you could have straight A's or come to MUS and be better prepared for college? And I say I'd rather come to MUS because the college preparation here is outstanding, and the academics here, the teachers, everything about this school is just very, very good.
This school size is about 600 students, and I believe there are a little over 60 faculty members, so it's a great student to faculty ratio. Thus, they have a lot of time for you to work with you one-on-one or in small groups.
The academic workload was a lot harder than the school I had come from, but I adjusted well. I had help from the teachers. They were willing to help me whenever I needed the help.
The great thing about the school is when you want help, there's always someone here who can help you. If you go to your teachers and ask them for help, they will help you.
Well, the workload, I mean, of course, it's fairly intense, but it's definitely doable. And you work hard and late a lot of times, but once you finish and you get the grades, and you're happy you did it.
Here's another thing. MUS students who have gone on to some of the very best colleges in the world say MUS did a great job getting them ready.
I think the faculty at this school prepares you to think on your own and to make your own decisions very well.
I went into Harvard my first year not knowing what I wanted to study, and I took classes all across the board, and I felt as equipped as anybody to handle the academic workload there. I thought that my education in high school definitely gave me a leg up on the competition.
But ultimately, the lessons that I learned from my teachers at MUS were, to challenge myself. And a lot of times when you think you can't do something, to push yourself just a little bit harder, because in the end you probably can. And it was great preparation for the real world.
It all boils down to this. MUS has a top-notch faculty and rigorous classroom standards. So when you graduate, you'll be more than ready for college, no matter where you go. But there's a whole lot more to MUS than just studying.
This is Lowell Hayes here on the MUS lacrosse field, with teams competing in 11 varsity sports. It's no exaggeration to say that sports are a major part of life at MUS.
I play football and lacrosse.
I'm involved in baseball and basketball here.
I play lacrosse.
Basketball team, track team, and the football team.
Played football this fall, and I'm right now playing tennis.
We have a lot of sports, but I feel like every sport is treated as a major sport.
If you go to school from 8 to 3, you're really not well-rounded. You know, you go to school, that's great, but you really need to contribute back, and playing a sport's a great way to maybe meet and be friends with a bunch of guys that you normally wouldn't be able to meet at school.
Well, it helps a lot, just like at the end of the day, after you get done with classes and everything, just to kind of be able to go outside and kind of release some tension.
But MUS has had a tradition of being really strong in sports, and they always, it always teaches you something about teamwork and competitiveness, but at the same time, you form good bonds of friendship.
It's always nice to be a part of something, and when you have a team like that around you and you're both going through the same things physically and mentally, whether it's learning plays or just like running sprints, you do grow closer together as people.
I came in on the summer of before 8th grade, joined the football team, and I think that was the greatest asset coming into MUS, because you got the camaraderie, you get to meet people, you get to know people like you wouldn't otherwise. It's just a great way to come into a community and have friends when the school year starts.
When I'm not swimming and I'm standing on the sidelines, I'm rooting my team on, and when I'm swimming, my teammates are rooting me on.
You really get to know a lot of the guys really well, and you feel really close to them. Just, you see them in the hallways, you have something in common. You've got blood and sweat on the same grass, you've chewed the same dirt, Yeah, I got that from a war movie, actually.
And I think it also teaches the athletes discipline, because when you have to balance practice and games or meets with schoolwork and everything else that you do with MUS and outside of MUS, it really teaches you how to balance your time out and to be disciplined.
Learning how to deal with problems and solve problems and work with people is really just the main thing, I think.
During the season, it can get pretty tough, but your teachers are very willing to work with you. The coaches are understanding. If you have something that you have to do academically, then they'll let you skip practice or leave practice early. And the teachers are also very willing to work with you. If you need help in their class, if you're falling behind, the coaches and the teachers both encourage you to go to the teacher for help.
It helps you manage your time so much better. It helps you appreciate all the other people who are out there working hard every afternoon.
I played football.
I played cross country and I run track.
I played soccer.
Played football.
Football.
I play soccer and I swim.
Play basketball.
I played soccer.
Basketball, run cross country, and track.
Playing sports is a great way to add to your experience at MUS. But as you're about to see, athletics aren't the only way you can get involved.
I'm Walter Kleiss, outside the campus center. You've heard about academics. You've heard about sports. So what else does MUS have to offer? Well, believe me, there's a lot. From student publications to special interest clubs, theater, music, and student government. If you name it, there's a way for you to get involved.
Well, one of my biggest activities besides football is yearbook.
I'm in the government club, Spanish club, student ambassador for MUS, and mentor for the 8th grades.
Our newspaper is called The Owl's Hoot, and it's a monthly publication we put out, completely student run.
The government club sponsors 4 programs a year. This is basically just so people can learn about the issues going on in the world or in your own state.
The Civic Service Organizations plays a big role here at MUS. It's a chance for us to give back to the community.
Getting involved is just the first step of actually becoming what you want to achieve, and I think that's the most important part of being at MUS, becoming a leader, learning, knowing what you want to achieve, and achieving it.
A chance to work in theater, to work on yearbook, to work on to work in the government club, to work with lower schoolers. There's many opportunities at MUS that I think that other schools don't provide within the city, and that's what makes MUS stand out above other schools, is that they offer so much more than just great academics.
Yeah, there's a ton of activities you can get involved in outside of just sports in school. You've got a bunch of clubs. There's a lot of intramural sports where you can just play. There's a Frisbee club that's gotten big this year, and there's actually a league now and a tournament they participate in. And I mean, there's chess club, there's government club. A ton of people get involved in 3 or 4 different clubs and still have plenty of time to do their work.
There's so many clubs here, it's almost impossible not to find something that interests you. And if the club's not here, you have the opportunity to create it.
The Student Council, we do a number of things around campus. Primarily, our job is to kind of make sure the school spirit stays at a high level. We plan events such as the homecoming dances. We have an event in the fall called Fall Fest where we have a whole bunch of people cooking out, just anything to kind of build up the general morale of the school and make sure everyone's having fun and provide a distraction from all the schoolwork that we have here.
Every organization here is student-led, student-run. There's a faculty advisor for them, but it's all done by the students for the students.
There's something else about MUS that deserves special mention. We have an honor system that dates all the way back to the 1800s.
One time I lost my TA89 calculator, and at my old school, it was just been gone, but here I could trust that somebody had turned it into the office.
It just really gives you the opportunity to focus on learning and being with your friends, the things that school's all about, instead of worrying about is my stuff going to be stolen.
It's very good because you get trusted to do the right thing.
I want to be at a school where I know I can set my book back down somewhere, and when I come back it's going to be there. Or when we leave our lockers unlocked, I don't want anything taken out of there, and that's not going to happen here.
Because the teachers trust you and they give you the freedom, and they'll walk out of the classroom while you're taking a test, and you've got plenty of opportunities to cheat, but the important thing is that they teach you better than that, and they expect more from you to not do that and to be better men than that.
The honor system really it creates a very trusting environment.
It's a community of honor. I can go to the office and know that my calculator will be there.
It's really just an intangible force of the school that it just really makes it MUS. It really makes it what it is.
As you can see, from student government to fine arts, journalism, and more, MUS offers plenty to keep us busy outside the classroom.
I think if you just set your mind to doing what you've got to do academically and get involved extracurricularly and just make friends, it'll be a great experience for you.
Definitely get involved when you come here. There's so many things going on here at the school that, there's something for everybody.
You're given more freedom here than I think at any other school in Memphis, and it really pays off at the end.
There's a time to get down and study, and then there's a time to have fun, and the school understands that. If you want to have fun and learn, this is the best school possible. I think with the teachers and the faculty, they're unbelievable.
Well, we've tried to give you a feel for what it's like here at MUS, and I hope you've learned a lot. Academic excellence and building moral character are definitely the main missions of MUS. But who says we can't have a little fun along the way? What's great about MUS is that we get a great education and have a lot of opportunities to do incredible things outside the classroom. But on top of that, we have the freedom and the school's support to pursue our own interests as far as we want to take them. And believe me, that makes MUS worth going to school for.
I just feel like all around, between academics, sports, the faculty, and everything else, that I just couldn't have had a better experience in high school than I've had here at MUS.
It's been a good experience.
It's just a great place.
Great place. I love it.